Oh,
Good.
okay.
We're live.
Yep.
I forgot all the buttons required to go live. But hello, everyone.
Oh, hello, internet people.
Just press all the buttons, Nick.
I don't know.
I was
I'm
probably talking.
Yeah, I'm handing over straight to you.
Right
It's Bree's show now. I'm having a nap.
Well, okay. Yep. I'm in charge. Welcome everyone to Blades in the Dark, where everyone's playing rogues and they're all rolling to sneak attack. That's to say, dropping a ton of d6s. I literally made that joke before we went, before Nick unmuted us, and I'm not recycling it now because it was a good one. Anyways,
There'll be no more
So-
for the rest of the session. That's it.
Yep,
excuse
that's
you, but I'm going to be here for the entire thing. Anyways, would anyone like to recap what happened last season?
Oh, shit. All right, I'll give it a go.
Okay.
Okay. You mean the whole season? Okay. So...
Well,
Nick was the only person that was present the entire season.
I am the... well,
It's true.
Bree was present.
Oh, yeah, true.
Okay.
excuse you. Do you think I count as a person?
Okay, so a group of reprobates joined a cult, right? Worshipping the sun, something that does not exist or did not exist in Duskvol. It was sort of, well, it was there, but it was shattered and broken, and daylight was not a thing. Then
Hashtag relatable.
Then they stole some bread. This will become important later. From a powerful woman named Lady Clave or Clav. I always forget how to pronounce her name. And then they did some graffiti. They stole a book from a vampire. The same vampire. It was tax fraud. And met a robot called Marvin, who acts just like a robot called Marvin would. Let me see what else happened. They met some new friends. They almost got assassinated. One of them did get assassinated. And then they sort of got mad beef with Lady Clave to the extent of people dying on either side. So they decided, well, let's put a stop to this the only way we know how, by murdering Lady Clave herself. This proved difficult, but we all got on her boat. Turns out she knew we were coming. We all got on her boat to try and kill her, and it turns out half the ship were there trying to kill her. So it was a bit of a competition. We won the competition in the end after killing the spirit, I suppose, known as Lady Clave, who kept body swapping. And then we had a sort of a lovely, terrifying event on the top of the ship where the sun appeared. Did I get everything?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Oh, amazing.
Yep, everyone's favourite body snatching vampire Lady Clave is no more. There's a bit of a power vacuum. It remains to be seen about how Lord Skurlock feels about you're taking to vampire hunting. But yep, I'm going to say it's been maybe, a month since you returned to shore. Obviously, thanks to some traditions, because you successfully came back from a voyage on a Leviathan hunting ship, you are pardoned for crimes, which I think already established reduce your crew's wanted level. It's maybe a month later, so what have your characters all been doing?
I've got to remember the voice.
Okay, tell you what, while Nick's remembering his Spectre voice, Frost,
no.
what have you been doing since we went over it like 5 minutes ago?
Let's see. Cult stuff, I suppose. Somehow or other, he got the ability to resist, or actually he gained immunity to the supernatural terror that I think ghosts and maybe demons can emit, so he has that going for him. And let me see, he had a minor burn from fighting Lady Clave, as I recall, that he got patched up. he spent some time meditating on the weirdness of the religion he grew up in, the funky ways it doesn't match up with how the ghost field turned out to work, and the extra weirdness of it still letting him fight ghosts. So he still has that little puzzle to ponder over. And a friend of his named Corso, who helped him get his hands on his, right now, kind of signature weapon. He hasn't been able to pay him back, and he's been working on that. But he's not the best talker, so it's kind of slow going. And that's basically what he's been up to.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so that leaves Spectre or Cray. Which of you'd like to go next?
I'll go for it. I'll go for it while it's still in my head. I have been training. I have spent every minute of time improving myself so that I can be a better assassin. I have tried running around, prowling in silence and in shadow. I have observed conversation so that I can mimic the abilities of other people and command people to my will. I have not made much progress. That's it. That's what I've been up to.
Okay, this just leaves Cray, the group's bard.
I didn't really know nothing about anything when this all started. I kind of ended up in this cult by accident, I guess. But it seems nice. When Lady Clave bit it, she there was some weird glowing thing. They said it was the orb, and that seemed pretty special. So I'm kind of into that now. And yeah, there was some bad stuff that happened. Someone died. Quite a few people died, and I've been hearing ghosts ever since. So I guess that's a thing now. And sometimes I play music to them. It's quite nice. But yeah, they've been teaching me some things. I've been learning some stuff, and I no longer know nothing about anything. I know something about some stuff. So I'm knowledgeable now.
Yep, I guess you've been studying at night in the woods.
Yeah, and graveyards and the canals and, wherever there's ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, lovely stuff. Okay, does anyone want to add anything else?
I've forgotten to look after tools. It is scratching at back of head at the moment, causing a little bit of stress.
We're going to hop straight to a cold open. So I'm going to say you all sort of met. Maybe you've been to the pub. Maybe you're headed to the cult headquarters for cult business. Either way, you're in a group together. And you were, as is quite often in the case in Duskvol, you were mugged. Now, a routine mugging, not in a Discworld sense, it's still a crime either way. I mean, for criminals of your caliber, well, maybe you had a million ways to deal with the mug. What was that? Sorry, Frost?
None.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for criminals of your caliber, yeah, you had a million ways to deal with it. It happened. You usually these days you just walk away smiling, but this time, something else happened. You see a dark figure ahead, and this always goes the same way. The dark figure looks at you, smirks, says, "Right then, your money or your life." and then you realise, oh no, look, their friends have surrounded you. Whatever will you do? But just as you're reaching for your blades or considering the best place to duck into the shadows, the massive electroplasmic wall next to you flickered. Now, as you'll all know, that massive electroplasmic wall is keeping the ghosts on the outside of the city. As a side effect of obviously any ghosts that form in the city stay in the city, but these can be dealt with. But of course, it flickered for a second.
I have a bad feeling about this.
And after a second of stony silence, all the electroplasmic lamps around you themselves flicker. The muggers fall silent, pause, and look at you knowingly. You'll feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. There's something about. What do?
Mm-hmm. Spirit
Hello.
Bane charm time. Just pin that to the chest. Not to the chest, to the jacket. Not to the chest.
Okay. Anyone wants to try anything?
Frost is definitely going to be taking a deep breath, remembering his training. A light mist starts to emanate around his hands, and by the way, the hairs on the back of his neck stay flat because he got a special ability to say that they do that.
This is true. Yep, Frost, you you still feel the hairs on the back of your neck because it's not like you're scared, it's just that something spoopy's happening.
Okay.
So you're not
Maybe activating Ghost Fighter makes it calm down again. I don't know.
yeah. Basically, you know there's a ghost. Well, you know there's something. Could be a ghost, could be worse. Okay, well, if none of you are gonna actively sort of try and investigate this, so I'm just going to make a fortune roll.
I would like to draw one thing out of my inventory that I forgot I had. Thanks
Oh,
to
yeah?
the previous session, a fine lightning hook.
Oh, yep, I forgot you had that. Okay, you've drawn your lightning hook. Okay, I'm gonna say the gang that's mugging you is a tier 2 gang, so I'm just going to make a roll for them.
Uh-oh.
I think Cray's just going to go into his happy place and just start playing some gentle violin.
Okay. Okay, and for you three, I'm just going to make a dice roll to decide which of you. Okay, so the gang all start shivering. They basically break away from you, and they just sort of stand back to back, looking around, waiting to see what happens. And it would appear that they've made themselves not look like an easy target because Cray, you feel the air around you start. Yeah. Yep. You feel the air around you get colder and colder and colder. And
Hello?
I think you might want to do something quick
Oh dear.
because whatever's present, it's decided you're its prey.
Whew. Right.
Okay.
I guess
I'm
they
gonna
will,
bugger the Discord temporarily.
Cray will start playing kind of faster and faster as he gets more and more scared of whatever's happening.
Okay.
And will activate the Ghost Fighter aspect ability that he has, imbuing his
I forgot
violin.
we both had that.
Yeah, imbuing his
I keep
violin
forgetting.
with the ability to combat the supernatural. He will. I guess he can't see what's happening. He can't see what he's being attacked by, so he's going to use it to kind of protect himself.
Okay, so you're sort of trying to play sort of. Sorry, go on, Knowless.
Can Frost do two things, only one of which is a roll?
We'll sort out what Cray's doing first. Yep. So, Cray, what do you want to roll for this then?
Can I use skirmish for a defense kind of thing?
I guess your violin's technically being treated as a weapon, so yeah, I'll allow it. Close range musical combat. I'm gonna make this risky standard. Do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain or trade position for effect or vice versa?
I think I would push myself actually because it's because he's scared. So.
Okay. Yep. Yep. Make your roll with an extra dice then.
All right, that's 5.
Oh, lovely. That's a success with complications. So I'm gonna say, as you play, it continues to get colder and colder and colder, and you feel the chill surrounding you. You just sort of feel well, not breathing, but certainly like something like there's breath in your ear. It's just like a constant.
You should have brought my earmuffs.
But at the last moment, you play the final note of your song, and the breath suddenly just sort of moves away slightly, and you feel maybe a bit warmer, and it looks like whatever's threatening you is backing off. But because there's a complication here, I'm gonna say take 1 more point of stress, just because, you know, that is stressful.
Yeah.
But yep,
It's
everyone,
like a really weird cuddle. Ugh.
I'm gonna say the ghost sort of backs off, and it sort of maybe it drifts towards Spectre, but obviously you have your lightning hook out.
Yep, and
So-
Spirit Bane Charm. Like,
Yep. So it moves back. It takes 1 look at Frost and decides absolutely no. And the humanoid figure turns on the gang. Hey, do you want to do anything?
well, this seems like it solves problem.
Okay.
But then, as the ghost gets closer, I think Spectre's gonna like just swear in Scotland, and say "Raj bastard," and lunge forwards with the fine lightning hook at the back of the ghost to try and save the gang that have been attacking us. He's
Would
a
you like to roll
soft
for
boy
that?
now. I would like to roll Prowl, which is all about backstabbing.
Yep, that's acceptable. Do you want to push yourself, take a devil's bargain, or trade the position for effect?
What's the devil's bargain if you've got one? I don't think I'll push myself for it, but
Okay, devil's bargain. You're attacking a ghost. Okay, devil's bargain. No matter how grateful the gang leader feels, one of the other gang members is one of the sort of lesser members of this gang are going to begrudge you.
I can handle that. Yeah, I'll take that.
Perfect.
What position in effect?
Yep, I'm going to say this is risky standard.
Okay. Can I trade this to Desperate Great? I think it is, or whatever the next effect is.
Yep, you can do that. Keep in mind, if it's a desperate roll, things could potentially go very badly for you.
Yep. I'm going to do it. Desperate
Okay.
for Great. Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, 1 bonus dice because of the Devil's
Yep.
Bargain. And go.
What have we got here then? Oh, that's a 5. So that's a complete success. Well, not a complete success, but it's a success with a complication. So you lunge forward, the hook collides at the back of the ghost, and you literally just rest it to the ground. I'm gonna say, because you don't really have a whisperer or anyone who could sort of deal with it permanently, but you basically just sort of hook it towards the lightning wall and zap. You just see a humanoid figure basically silently scream and disintegrate, and that's the ghost dealt with. But I'm gonna say it was a desperate action, so even though you rolled fairly high, it's still a complication.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say, as you wrestled the ghost, you sort of obviously you're not quite used to using the ghost hook, and you just let them. You just had a bit too much tension on your finger, so I'm going to say you're going to take level 1 harm, sprained finger.
That is fair. Do I want to try and resist that?
Can try to resist
You're
it.
always hurting your hands.
I know it's the same. It's the same hand, isn't it? Like this hand is going to look like, a zombie hand by the end of it.
I think we need to get you some gloves, mate.
Do I want to resist that? I've got plenty of stress at the moment.
Next time you'll know what. Next time we know it, you'll be being chased by a very tall vampire lady.
I was gonna say, you're like Ethan Winters, your hand keeps falling off and getting stapled back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist it. If I remember rightly, resistance is based on the attribute related to it, right?
Yeah, so this is going to be prowess because obviously it's a physical thing.
I'm so glad I've got four base pips in prowess. I've put one in each one. So yeah, I'm gonna resist it. I'm gonna get really good at resisting prowess things.
Okay. Yep. Roll me some prowess resistance then.
Get me a 6. I really want a 6. Oh, just a 4.
Yeah. So
Too
that's going to
stress.
be 2 stress, but your hand is fine.
I was hoping for 2 6s to clear that last bit of stress. Oh well.
Okay. So the gang leader just stutters a bit and says, So obviously he's realised you're probably not to be messed with. Well, 2 cutters, so probably not to be trifled with. And just says, terribly sorry there. Here, take this. And he just hands you a fairly unusual looking blade. And he and his cohorts run. One of them pauses a second, gives you the I'm watching you gesture. You've probably made an enemy somewhere.
Oh
And
no.
yep, that's the end of the cold open. Oh yeah. Do you want to make a fortune roll just to see if you know it? You can tell what this blade you've been handed is.
Worth a go.
Yeah.
Actually,
what
can
are
I
you
hand
rolling?
it to one of the cutters? Because I reckon they probably have a better idea with blades. Unless it's a specific like stabbing knife for professionals. I'm imagining this is kind of like a more of a blunt instrument. Well, not literally a blunt instrument, more of an unrefined tool from a less civilized age.
Oh well, I'll tell you for free. It's basically a knife, and it looks actually quite advanced.
Okay, well I'll give it a go then. How do I roll fortune
what
rolls on this?
Fortune roll is basically just any other roll.
Oh,
It's
there
just-
it is. I see it.
it just-
Button,
yeah.
bottom right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can basically fortune is you can roll an attribute for fortune if you want.
Okay.
It's basically just well, the only real difference is there's no consequence because it's just chance.
I'll go for insight, I'm guessing. I can't really get away with prowess on this one, I don't think. But I'll go with insight.
I meant you can roll an individual action, that was it.
In that case, prowl, my knowledge of stabby things and their uses, my knowledge of backstab knives.
Yep, I'll take that.
Okay, I'll just skip through risky and standard on that.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, let's see what you know. Ooh, a 4. So you know a bit. Basically, you know this is what's known colloquially as a ghost knife. A fairly expensive knife it's got a small reservoir where basically Leviathan blood or another source of electrical power can be placed, and it sort of with the press of a button it can be electrified, and its main purpose, as the name would suggest, is it's sort of like those diving knives that are designed to blast air into sharks and the like, in that it's basically designed as a sort of a weapon of last resort against a ghost.
I will
Of course, it's
keep this.
Of course, it's quite interesting that the leader didn't use it on the ghost that was threatening him. and that he gave it up so willingly. But well, I'm going to say because you're an assassin, you can probably tell this quite easily just from the weight. It's completely empty.
Aha. Okay. I'm going to need to get
who
some
were those
whale
people
oil.
anyway?
What was that? Sorry, Cray?
Spectre, who were they anyway? Like,
Why do you think I would know?
they gave you the blade.
They gave Blade to make sure we do not kill them.
Weird.
Well, they were frightened of our martial prowess,
I mean,
our ability
obviously,
on
but-
field of combat.
I don't know. Thought you might know about like gangs and whatnot.
I did not grow up in the city. I mostly just, stab people.
Fair enough.
I work
What do you
for
think's
individuals.
Yeah.
Frost has a contact who's in a gang. Might he be able to rack his brain, see if he knows anything about it? If he recognizes anything about it?
Well, yeah, go on, make me yeah, if you want, you can make a fortune roll to see if you recognize the gang at all. We'll call this the last roll of the cold open because I don't want this to last too long.
Okay, I'll go with the study.
Yep, go ahead. Let's see what you know.
No bonus dice. Nothing.
Great,
wow.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's a failure. You haven't got a clue. Maybe they were just maybe they just weren't wearing any gang colors. Maybe they were just a couple of old friends who decided to take a chance by mugging the first people they could see because they had no other
Worth a
choice.
shot.
For all you know, they could be nobles
Worth a
doing
shot
it
to
for a
see
thrill.
Everything about him, I mean.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe we go back to the lair. I don't fancy standing outside in the ghost cold anymore. Like,
Agreed. I could do with eel pie.
Okay, we're going to end the cold open there. So, we're going to smash cuts to, well, could be the next morning, could be a few days later. It doesn't really matter too much. And, well, it's been a while since you've done any crimes, so you're just mulling over is it worth doing some crimes? Perhaps
We
you
are
need to...
itching for it.
Are
Yep.
the criminals who don't do anything.
oh, Spectre, maybe we should find somewhere we can go fill up that special knife you got now.
Some whale oil or lightning essence of some kind. I do not understand how the chemical work, but if we can fill, maybe take a drum of it or something like that so we can refill in between. I do not like the idea of being caught out with Ghost again, especially since I forget her name, the one who liked the Ghost. Since she is gone, there is no one to distract. You understand.
Agatha, the one who summoned the sun.
along.
We could try perhaps the docks. I imagine the Leviathan hunters bring back this oil all the time. Or perhaps there is somewhere else. We could make attack on the ghost field itself. Not the ghost field, sorry. The lightning fence. It must store some whale oil to power this somewhere. There must be a depot or yard somewhere where it is stored. Perhaps we could sneak in and get something.
Well, as soon as you say that, there's a knock at the door.
Oh, I have bad feeling. Cray, you
Okay.
like people. Can you get door?
It better not be another one of those salesmen though. I don't like them.
Just stab them, then they stop coming back. I keep telling you.
Right. Well, you know for a fact that your base of operations is hidden, so you really shouldn't be getting. Well, you don't even need a no solicitor's sign because no one can solicit.
You know, when you put it like that, invisible voice in head. Why have we been getting sales people coming to door? What is going on?
Make me a fortune roll to decide why you've been getting salespeople.
I'm gonna use something I'm really bad at. I'm gonna use a tune because I feel like ghosts are involved. Let's go. 2.
You have absolutely no idea. how they keep finding. You might even put up a no soliciting sign, but, you know, putting up a no soliciting sign might raise questions answered by your no soliciting sign.
Oh, maybe I've just been playing my violin a bit too loud.
Yeah, it's a mystery that remains to be solved. In any case, is someone answering the door?
I'm going to start a personal project clock. Work out why solicitors keep finding us.
I'll go and I'll lift up the wooden beam that we blocked the door with, and I'll unlock the multiple chains and keys that we need for it.
How many parts would be in the clock for work out how solicitors keep finding the cult?
Yeah, let's call that a 4-part clock.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so
who's there?
You open the door to a mysterious cloaked figure.
Not buying.
The figure nods to you, respects of, well, formally. You know what? Actually, this might be fun. Make me a fortune roll just to see if you recognize this figure.
Ooh.
What would you like to roll for that?
I'll make it a consort.
Okay, roll consort then. This is a fortune roll, so don't worry about position or consequences.
6.
Oh, you rolled a 6. I was really hoping you'd get a low one on this, but you
You immediately recognize him.
Yeah. Beneath the hood, you recognize something that might have actually terrified you had you not worked out what was going on so quickly. The face of Lady Clave.
Oh, what? You're dead.
I've been dead for quite a while, meatbag.
Oh, wait a minute. What? You're the other thing, aren't you? You're Oi, Spectre,
Yeah.
You know this person, don't you?
Yeah, as you recall, Marvin, the Hull, acquired Lady Clave's shiny new robotic body and has been, well, what exactly a Hull does? Inhabiting, piloting.
Did they get that Hornet fixed by any chance?
They are sort of standing a bit to the side as if they haven't had the leg repaired yet.
Marvin, you old geezer, get in here.
Very well.
Standing out in the cold, someone will see you. Come on.
What is there to see? This body looks like a normal human being.
Nah, she was a weirdo, like. Get in.
Oh yes, but you couldn't tell that by looking. They step inside.
What are you doing
Okay.
here, old mucker?
You're okay there, Nick?
Ben just killed with, "Oi, you're dead." Just no fear. Just rejection entirely of the whole premise. Sorry, I'll mute myself for a second. You continue.
Oh, great. Well, now I'm going to have to find another player for the Pathfinder campaign. Sorry, Keith.
Marvin, Spectre's just having a moment. Come in, sit down. What you want, mate?
Yes, hello. Well, Lord Skurlock asked me to appraise you of a few things.
Oh,
Thing
yeah.
number 1. Your astronomer wishes to... has requested some equipment. You do recall your astronomer?
Oh, you mean Bennett? Ain't seen him in a while.
Indeed. He mostly spends his time sequestered in his tower, studying the heavens.
Interesting stuff going on up there?
Well, that is the thing. Appears there may be an opportunity to acquire a piece of equipment he could use to allow us to learn something very fascinating, but he refuses to elaborate until it is provided. You may wish to undertake this. Furthermore, there is a high-ranking Leviathan hunter, or perhaps former Leviathan hunter, who wishes to meet with you. You may
Oh, I
also
thought you were
wish to
talking about us for a second there, because we went Leviathan hunting. You remember?
This is true, but Leviathan Hunter is a title. that can be considered separate from the actual job of Leviathan hunting.
Oh, right.
As
Okay.
you- Indeed, your former acquaintance, Alias, was a Leviathan hunter by birth, but chose not to follow the family profession.
Oh.
I'm sure this is unrelated.
That was the person we saw at the Sun, right? Like, do you remember that? Were you there? Can't remember. Were you on the were you on the deck when the sun came out? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I did not see the sun, but it would appear it is a manifestation of your own God's will that I was not party to.
Aye, that Alias person and the orb. Yeah. All right. Well, what's Bennett want? Where is it?
The details are available, but you may wish to meet with him. Third thing for your attention. A wealthy businessman has stockpiled a large amount of Leviathan blood. There is no specific agenda attached, but it is very valuable, and you may wish to fill your cult's coffers. Fourth, and most important matter, there is something I would like.
Wait, sorry, I've lost count. What was the first thing?
First
Frost,
thing
can you
was-
write this down?
Okay, I'll just give you the quick summary out of character. You have basically an astronomer who wants equipment for his studies and is promising you something very interesting. A Leviathan hunter who wishes to meet with you. The cult, the Order of the Orb, and has nothing to do with Alias. A wealthy businessman has a lot of Leviathan blood, which is worth a lot of money and you may want to steal just for money. And Marvin apparently wants you to steal something for them.
It's a lot of things, Marvin.
You do not have to do them all at once. Indeed, you may simply wish to ignore some of them. You are, of course, the masters of your own destinies.
Oh, right. Well, I guess I'll talk to the lads then, and we'll see. We'll see.
Basically, this is just an NPC saying, choose a heist. Or, of course, you could just go looking for something else entirely on your own. I just
I
thought
got
for
steal a thing for Marvin, steal a thing for Lord Skurlock, something about Alias, something about oil.
Yeah, the
steal a
one
thing
was
for
the Leviathan blood, right? Maybe we can use that
Oh,
for.
Bennett, right.
Yeah.
Maybe the Leviathan blood will be good for that knife you got there, Spectre.
I think that would be good idea, especially if more ghosts are coming our way anytime in future. I would like to be able to stab them.
Yeah. Spectre has recovered from pausing and forced to contemplate the many people he's killed, and maybe feels a pang of guilt about now.
Yeah, he spent the last few minutes just, wide-eyed horror at all the murder he's done, and not because his player was corpsing constantly. I'm all right. I'm okay. God damn it, Ben.
All right, so Marvin, are you coming along, or are you hanging out here? What are you gonna do? You're welcome to join.
I have my own business to attend to.
Oh, fair.
Although, if you are interested in the details of my job, I will be happy to provide further information. I simply wish to have some use to steal some records from a Blue Coat station.
Maybe we get this Leviathan blood first, and then we'll see about that, eh?
Very well. You know where to find me.
Spectre's
And they
getting
just
a
sort of
broom and just heading to us like, get out of secret lair, robot man. Go. Be gone.
I am technically neither a robot nor a man.
My apologies, but be gone.
Hey, Marvin, maybe we teach you the secret knock next time, so we know it's you. Been getting some weirdos coming to the door.
Wait, there is secret knock?
Oh,
There
sorry.
is a secret knock.
Why was I not told secret knock?
I'll teach you after.
Yeah.
All right.
Montage of Spectre just sneaking in every time because he can.
Because he has
Spectre
to.
never comes through the front door.
He wasn't aware there was a secret knock. Secret
wasn't aware there
friendship
was-
knock everyone is doing, and I'm left out every time and must sit in corner all alone.
Oh, Keith didn't manage to get a clip of Nick collapsing into giggles.
It's all right, I'll have it recorded.
Okay. Well, in any case, Marvin heads off.
Bye.
What do?
Well,
I guess we need to find out where this Leviathan blood is.
yes. I think going for Leviathan blood is a good idea. If we get lots of it, we are good. We can maybe dip into as needed. Plus sell extra on black market.
That's a very good idea. Okay, so well, all you know about this is that a nobleman, unspecified, has acquired a very large amount of Leviathan blood. So how would you like to go about setting up this heist of yours then?
Ooh. I think we're gonna, I'm gonna... Ooh, I've got a shady friend, Telda, a beggar. I'm gonna ask her if she can spend a week or so just outside this, was it a warehouse or was it like a dockyard thing? Or did we not know?
Yeah. Yep. Well, the initial purchase would have probably been made. Yep. Go on. I'm gonna say, yeah. You can probably find out where at the very least, the warehouse the purchase of the oil was made from. Because obviously, the only source of Leviathan blood is via the docks.
Yeah. So I'll ask Telda if she can, put a few feelers out. Get a bit of information about that. And
Okay.
it was a large purchase, right?
Yep. Massive. Hence why it's been drawn to your attention.
I might also try to lean on Rosalind Kellis, who is a noble and who hates me. And I might try and intimidate them into giving me information about who might have enough cash to splash about for a lot of Leviathan blood.
Oh, lovely. What would you like to roll for this then?
So I think for Kellis, I would like to prowl into her house. Like, when you walk into, like in a movie, when they walk into a room and someone else is there waiting for them, it's like, good evening. Like that, like I've snuck him through the window, the curtain's still swaying and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
Not at the moment, because I want to save that for the main event when we get started, I think.
Okay, I'm going to call this risky standard then.
Okay, I'll stick with risky standard for this. And let's go. How can I not roll above a 4?
Oh, it's still a success, albeit with a complication. So, you sneak into the bedroom of Rosalind Kellis, and you're stood there with your arms folded, facing away from her as she walks in. And obviously, as you'd expect, you hear a very angry, "You. What do you want?"
What do I always want, Rosalind? It is always information. You are looking lovely as always, by the way.
Yes, I always look my best when I'm imagining what I will have done. Well, when I'm imagining you on the scaffold.
I'm picking at the undersides of underneaths of my nails with a dagger at this moment.
Yeah.
Yes, well, perhaps you will one day get your wish, but for now, how about information?
If it will make you go away, what do you want?
Someone has ordered a lot of Leviathan blood. They have purchased a huge amount. Who would be, do you think, a likely candidate? Someone with money, someone with the motive, someone with need.
Wester. Everyone knows Wester has hoarded. I don't know. Well, everyone knows why. There's a shortage. And Wester wants... They got into something strange. Rumor is they built an entire shelter in their basement and they intend to stay there for as long as needs be.
I do not like sound of that, but thank you for information. I will leave normal way. Do send your regards to your 3 children, Jimothy, Elena, and Charles.
I'm going to increase the bounty on your head by another 5 coin. And that's going to be 2 wanted levels for your consequence.
Ooh, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Hell of a bounty,
two,
Jesus.
That's on the cult one, right? Shall I update that?
Yeah. I mean, not wanted levels.
Oh, good.
Heat.
Yeah,
You
that's,
heat,
That's
not
good
wanted.
because we were at 2 at 4 out of the wanted level.
You mean heat, not wanted. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Actually, we're pretty wanted. Hey?
Yeah, that remind. Wait, you should only be on 1 wanted. Because you,
I think we increased it. I think we had a bad time.
Oh, did you? Oh,
I
okay.
think we got rid of one because we completed the Leviathan hunt.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll uncheck.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, so your wanted level should just be at 1.
Okay. So I will.
Yeah,
share
that
that
was me.
information with the crew
Okay.
during our planning sessions.
Okay, so you know someone called Wester has basically become a doomsday prepper, and they've got a very large. They might have some sort of shelter under their house.
I swear to God, if their
And
first name's Albert.
I'm not doing that again. Don't worry.
Okay, good. It just hit me. Someone's building like a bunker underneath and has a lot of like extreme chemicals. Are we getting Resident Evil'd?
I've got it out of my system. Don't worry.
Knowless, I know you've not said anything in a while. You're muted, so I don't know if you realised that.
No, yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
I just have it muted because of the mic's on my laptop screen, so if I type anything in my notes, it goes through the mic, so I keep it muted.
Cool.
Okay, so, well, you know who your target is at least. Do you want to do any more prep work, or shall we get to the heist?
So I'd presume that there's going to be someone has to transport that Leviathan blood from the docks to this guy's to Wester's basement.
Yep.
I think Cray would try to find out who the transporters are, if there's like a specific company or gang or someone that does the transporting for this route, and try and infiltrate them.
We could do
Okay,
a Mad Max Fury Road.
How do you want to go about finding this out, Cray?
I think like maybe there'd be like some sort of transport hub or something, like, and Cray could just go and be busking nearby and try and pick up some passing tidbits.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just going to stake out the sort of infrastructure.
Yeah.
So you're basically going to be staking out the docks. What do you want to roll for this?
I guess it's a consort, I reckon.
Yep. Would you like to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
What would you offer for a devil's bargain?
What would I offer for a devil's bargain? Tell you what, devil's bargain. You'll be hassled by hassled by a blue coat for begging, and you'll have to deal with that.
Ooh.
That sounds fun.
Oh dear. Okay, that's going to be risky standard, and don't forget your bonus dice then.
Oh, wait, where's my bonus dice? Oh no, that was my bonus dice. Okay, yeah, that's failed.
Oh dear. Yep, I'm afraid that's a failure, and you get a complication. So I'm going to say, as you're begging, you're trying very hard to pay attention, but basically a blue coat comes up to you and says, "Oi, mate, move along. No busking around here. You'll get the nobles upset."
All right. Sorry, pal. Yep.
Yep. Well, I think this calls for a fine.
I know you can see I've not been very successful, so I ain't got no money to pay you, mate. Sorry.
Oh yeah. How much is that violin worth?
Ooh.
Oh, nah.
Ooh.
This thing ain't worth that much. Like, nah.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. I can find another spot. I can find a more palatable spot and earn some way to pay you back if you want. Maybe you come around here with me and we can find a better spot. Yeah.
All right then. I'll be around later. Where you setting up?
I will try and point him towards a dark alley sort of area.
Okay. I think I see where you're going with this. What do you want to roll?
I am going to roll sway.
Okay. Keeping in mind this is going to be for the... Presumably your intention is to accost him in this alley.
Yeah, I'm not actually wanting to harm him, but I want to intimidate him into silence.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good for sway. I'll put that at risky standard. Do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
No.
Okay. Roll away then.
Okay. First dice. It's a 6.
Okay. That's a total success. So just to clarify, you only tried to intimidate him. You didn't try to beat him up or anything.
Nah, I was just like, look, mate, you're barking up the wrong tree here. I suggest you move on.
Right. No need for that. Go about your day, citizen. And he just gives you the evils and slinks off.
Seeing you round. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get any information, so sorry, fellas.
Oh, at least you didn't suffer any consequences for it. So, what have you got left aside from just hitting his house and hoping for the best? Any other? Do you want to try any other prep?
The ideas, Frost.
I thought it was a warehouse.
What's
So
that?
it's going
Sorry.
from the warehouse to the guy's house.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. You can basically assume that. Because obviously it's not just going to get teleported, is it? It must be getting there somehow.
Unless.
I'll tell you for free, it's not getting teleported.
With enough Leviathan blood.
Yeah.
It's not
I wish I had
getting
any-
teleported.
I wish I had anything useful to do here, but the Frost background is tied to the rail line and we're at the docks, and I'm struggling to see if there's any connection I can make there.
Yeah. You know what? Give me a fortune roll in whatever you think's relevant, just to see if you are aware if there's a connection between the rail line and whether or not it's used.
Okay, I suppose
That way.
If I click that and then click over here and click that, and no bonus dice, and a 5.
Okay, yep. For a 5, I'm going to say, yep, you're aware that the rail line is normally used for transport in and out of the city, but you actually do happen to be aware that the Wester estate is in fact quite near to the rail line and could be potentially used to transport a large amount of oil from the docks to the household.
So my buddy Kale, who still works in the area, could maybe know something about it.
Yes. What do you want to roll to? What do you want to roll to get help from your buddy Kale?
This may be a bit of a stretch, but I mean, Tigran and Kale are drinking buddies, and they know each other from like a hard labor job. So maybe there's a bit of rough housing around when they drink together. Could I stretch a skirmish for this?
And I'm afraid that's way too much of a stretch.
Yeah.
I do admire but I do admire your attempt, though.
Okay, it's gonna have to be a consort again.
Yep,
Same dots
source
in
of
that
work.
first way.
Okay, yep, that'll do. Do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
Let me see. What kind of bargain might be on the menu?
Okay, I think devil's bargain. Well, since you're going out drinking with him, maybe you end up spending a bit too much on drinks. Maybe maybe you spill a stranger's pint and have to buy rounds just to smooth things over, costing you 1 coin.
If I only have the 1 coin. For 1 die.
Remember, it's too stressed to push yourself.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go with the take lower.
Okay, go ahead then.
See what happens. No bonus dice.
Yep. Oh, yep, that's a 2. So, yeah, I'm afraid, we'll say, yeah, your buddy doesn't know anything. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, yeah, consequence. You both reminisce about old times. It digs up some sort of, it opens maybe some old wounds, and you suffer 1 point of stress.
Yeah, that could happen. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you want to try anything else to learn more information, or?
No, that was the equivalent of a gather information roll, I think. So I think that's about it.
Okay.
You're adaptable. We can manage on the job.
I mean, we know where it's coming from, we know where it's going, and we know kinda how it's getting there. So that's a good amount of information. Like,
that's true. We could do a transport one, because we know the route.
Oh, yep. That you could do that.
Although I suppose it'd more likely be an assault.
All I have is a hammer, so.
Let's start off. What's your approach? Assault, do violence to a target. Deception, lure, trick, or manipulate. Stealth, trespass unseen. Occult, engage a supernatural power. Social, negotiate, bargain, or persuade. Or transport, carry cargo or people through danger.
I guess we're more doing an assault than transport. Like, we're assaulting a transport, but we're not carrying the cargo so much. So I'm guessing assault, and the point of attack will be somewhere along the route.
Okay,
Trying to sneak into the transport could be a thing, or it could be if I had any dots in it, if 2 of us had any dots in anything related to that. Which I don't know if we do.
If only someone here was good at stealth.
I am very good at stealth. Yeah. But I don't imagine we're all going to be using stealth to get on there. I mean, we can if you want to give it a go.
I mean, you can do a group action.
Yeah, I can lead a group action to sneak us onto the train.
I mean,
not the train.
Is this train,
the train.
Is the train just a freight train, or is it also a passenger train?
Do you want to try and find out?
Yeah, I guess that was what I was trying to find out when I was hanging out at the transport depot.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Can I tell by looking at it, having worked around a lot of trains?
Oh, go on, make a fortune roll to determine what type of train it is. I'm being nice here.
Okay. I like trains.
Well then.
Apparently.
Okay, yep. Frost, you're fully aware this is actually the latest model of cargo train. It's equipped with, it's basically modular. So in this case, to serve a rich client, it's basically been effectively modified into a tanker. But you are aware basically it has a sort of a very large detachable tank for holding Leviathan oil. So it's a very heavy tank. I mean, you could try stealing the tank, although that might be difficult. You could also try siphoning the oil into a tank of your own. That might be a bit more portable. Or you could even just straight up steal the train cart and take it to somewhere else.
That sounds like a good idea.
Although,
yeah,
of course, you need Yep. Although you need somewhere to train accessible to hide it, at least initially, before you maybe pilfered it to spirited it away to elsewhere.
I feel like it's probably most likely that we'd be able to get away with siphoning some rather than stealing a part or all of the train.
Nah, we only need enough for our purposes. Perhaps even if we are quiet like a mouse, like tiny little mouse or eel, we can get out of there without them even knowing we were there.
Okay.
Spectre
So
looks
I'm
at the two of you. Perhaps not.
Okay. So what I'm hearing
How many
is
people are watching?
the train. I'm afraid you wouldn't know that. You'd actually need to investigate to learn that.
We'll find out when we're on there. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if we were like standing somewhere looking at it or whatnot.
Oh no, this is that was just a
Yeah, we're not
fortune
on
roll to
site
see if
yet.
you already knew about what would
Talking
be.
about this in the lair, right?
Yeah, you're just well, you worked with railjacks, you work with trains, you sort of at the very least know the latest about the latest news about trains and stuff.
Yeah, these newfangled ones do a lot less wear and tear on the tracks. They need less maintenance. Naturally, they didn't start making them until after I stopped working the rail line.
Is always
Okay.
difficult.
So it seems like your plan here is basically to just get to the tank somehow and siphon all that fuel out of it. So that's your
Maybe
detail.
Frost and I can deal with any security and whatnot, and maybe even stage a proper heist. And in the meantime, Spectre can be doing the actual heist of stealing the oil, right?
Okay, so basically, so what you're saying here is your plan is basically to sort of start a bit of a dust up with the guards and have Spectre sneak in to steal the fuel.
The
Well,
type
right.
of plan has changed 3 times now. We're on to deception. That
We
sounds
could do
good. Let's go with that
distraction, or
before we
could
have any
hold
more
back-
ideas.
Hold us back as a plan B. Either one might be good.
So what was the what were you suggesting there, Knowless?
We could. So basically, Cray and Frost could be a distraction to begin with, or kind of hold back as a B. Either one seems good.
Yeah, there are actually specific rules that basically setting up someone else. So, yep.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's have Cray and Frost as a distraction from the start, but not so far away that if Spectre gets in very serious trouble that he can't get to you. Because if a fight breaks out, I'm not going to be that good at it.
Okay.
It can just be like on the other side of the car, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. What are your loadouts then?
I'm going heavy because if I get caught, I'm going to get caught. Like, there's no talking my way out of this, no matter what.
I'm thinking heavy.
And
I think normal.
okay. Right then. That's 1 dice for luck. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
I think so. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'll let you have that. Does the plan's detail
Kinda
expose a
close to the
vulnerability?
ball. Leviathan oil. You mean?
Are we hitting them where they're weak? They're probably weakest at this point because it's not in like a fortified compound and it's not in a depot with tons of guards. This is probably the weakest point.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I think the actual train while it's moving is pretty strong actually.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Unless you want to add anything, I'm not going to give you a dice for that, but I won't take one away.
I mean, maybe we could block the track or something to make the train stop.
I think that's probably
I would
more risky
probably
because
wanna do
then
that.
guards would come up and like someone would be checking out why the train has stopped.
But it could be something natural that could happen, like a tree falling down, because that happens.
In the middle of the city,
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
like trees
in a
either.
place where the sun doesn't exist.
Yeah, you're in a wasteland. There are no trees outside the gardens of the very wealthy,
I'm sure.
which would actually raise some interesting questions.
It would raise some
Yeah.
questions.
I think the only plants are like in one garden and they're all poisonous or something.
Okay, yep. Do you have any friends or contacts providing aids? Or any rivals interfering?
I got some assistance from Telda, I think, the beggar, to get some information.
I think you went with threatening your rival instead, didn't you?
Oh, I did. Never mind.
Kale was no help.
Yeah, I guess not.
I'm hoping for a really
any-
high engagement roll that basically means I don't have to do anything.
To...
We're already there.
Oh, what?
Okay. Any other elements anyone might want to argue?
I think I'm good. Ah,
I know. I can't think of anything else.
I am devoid of thought.
Okay, that's going to be with 2 dice then. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, that's a 5 on the engagement roll. So, what happens here? I'm going to say you're able to track down the train's sort of schedule. So you find out, I'm going to say you just sort of stake out the station. The station right next to the docks. I mean, you've all been there before plenty of times. You spent plenty of time at the dock anyway. So you know your way around that. And you know what? I'm going to say you all managed to sort of sneak onto the train while the workers' backs are turned. And you're hidden in a sort of storage compartment near the back. Like, obviously it's specifically transporting the fuel to the noble's house, but it's just sort of full of like boxes of food and just stuff for the train workers to, like, food for the canteen, stuff for maintaining the train, that sort of thing. And you're just sort of hidden away in that. And
Just in the back, stacking boxes and unstacking them, and we're just there until we hit X to stop blending in. Or
Yeah.
A, I think. I don't even remember.
well,
I get
since you
out
went
of one of
heavy,
the boxes.
since you went heavy, I'm going to say you're unseen because, everyone but Frost went heavy. So I'm going to say you would probably stick out if you were seen. You just managed to just sneak on. I'm going to say the complication is, I'm just going to roll randomly to determine which of you. Spectre,
Oh, fuck.
you, at a very inopportune moment, you sneeze and knock over a crate, which of course lands with a massive crash. Sugar just spreads all over the floor. It's like granulated. Oh god, the workers are going to be so furious they can't have that in their tea and coffee. But what's the point?
Spectre's natural enemy as well.
I'm covered in flavor. I cannot be having this. Please, someone coat me in dust or something similarly bland.
Yep. But just as soon as the crash rings out the ship, ship? No, we're not in there anymore, are we? Across the train.
Spectre is periodically back on that ship occasionally.
You hear aloud. You just hear someone shout, "Hey, do you hear that? Could someone just go check? Someone? Okay, yep. Guess it's all up to me again." And you hear footsteps coming towards the door.
How is
Okay.
Spectre at chokeholds?
Not bad, actually. I have an idea. Yeah. So what I'm going to do,
I'm going to hide up by door, waiting for footsteps with silence potion in mouth, but not swallowed yet. And then moment door opens, swallow silent potion and clonk. Clonk with what have I actually got? Clonk with
There should be a wrench on the floor, maybe.
clonk with piece of sugar crate.
Put them in the crate, of course.
Sweet
Yeah,
dreams.
hide the body.
In the
Oh wait,
sugar.
I've probably taken my You know what? I'm gonna use my pry bar as part of my burglary gear, which I'm just gonna mark that on.
Okay.
Donk.
Yeah. Okay. What would you like to roll then to knock the this worker out?
If this isn't prowl, I don't know what is.
Yeah, it's probably prowl. It's definitely prowl. Do you want to push yourself to take a devil's bargain?
I think at this point, I think I can. I think like I can probably handle this without pushing, because this is my
Yeah.
bread and butter.
Okay. Yeah.
You can always resist the consequences, can't you? So
This is true. Yep. We'll call this risky standard then.
Risky standard. I'll go with that. Go on, give me something higher than a 4 for once. Again?
You just had to ask, didn't you?
wow.
I'm begging Roll20 to give me a number higher than 4.
Okay, so I'm gonna say she walks in, you swallow your potion, bonk her on the head, but she's a sort of quite a stocky woman. Like, she had quite a high-pitched voice, but she's a good head taller than you'd expect. So she's sort of yeah, I don't know if you've ever played the Twin Snakes, the remake of the first Metal Gear Solid for GameCube. But there's basically a sort of cutscene where, actually I think it was in the original game as well, where one of the guards sort of whacks Snake over the back of the head, and he just sort of glares at the guard for a moment before he actually succumbs to it, and it's just sort of played as sort of like a bit of a gag. But that's basically what happens here. You clonk her over the back of the head, and she sort of turns, glares at you, and just sort of goes, ugh, and faints.
Well, mission accomplished. I put
Yeah.
her in sugar crate.
Yeah. The bad news is she did actually before she fell unconscious, she did actually get a look at your faces, so that's going to be a point of heat, please.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
There goes
I mean,
suit only silent assassin.
Yeah. I might have allowed you to sort of maybe find bluff, but obviously you're all heavy, so you weren't trying to be quiet if you were seen, so I think heat just makes sense here.
Everything is okay down here. How are you?
It was a good idea, Spectre. We'll pull it off next time.
What? I cannot hear you.
Which also comes out silent for a few moments as there is no sound in the room.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and you also notice she's wearing a name tag that says, "Hello, my name is Daphnia."
Daphne. I will remember name. This may be something we must deal with later.
Okay, so what are you doing? You going to proceed down the train, or do you want to do something else?
I think we must get the whale oil. Leviathan oil, not whale oil. We are not in Dishonored.
I mean, you could call Leviathan's Whales if you wanted.
So is the train moving now?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's been moving for a short time now.
Okay.
That's probably why only Daphnia heard you drop the crate. There's quite a bit of clanking going on.
Okay, so are we moving up the train or down the train? Like, are we moving in the direction of travel or?
Yep, you're basically the storage compartment you're in, sort of like at the back compartment.
We push up then. We push up.
Hey,
I
so
will
you're just going to walk?
lead a stealth up there, I think. I'll lead a prowl, a group action.
Okay, good. How are you getting
sneak
there?
our way?
You going to try and sneak into the next compartment, or?
I think the next compartment's likely occupied. What if we climbed around the top?
I was going to suggest that, yeah.
Which would still be a prowl, because that's traversing obstacles.
Okay, so you're doing a group action then?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I've got nothing in prowl.
I am going to die on this train.
Everyone roll prowl then. You may push yourselves individually, but Devil's Bargain's going to take ages to sort out, so I'm going to say you can only push yourselves if you feel like it.
I won't. I'm gonna roll another 4, no doubt.
I better push it. I'm gonna take stress on this one.
Every
I'm gonna
time.
say-
How do I do this?
I'm gonna say I've taken climbing gear to help with this, but it's still a nothing roll. So we shall see.
One bonus die, so I'm rolling one die, and it is still a fail.
Oh, good thing you got lots of stress to take, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be 2 points of stress to Spectre, and the overall results are 4. Unlucky.
It's a success.
4 left now. I should not have done that for a group check. Oh well.
Okay. So, you make it quietly across the cabin, and you just sort of. So, are you going to be dropping to the next car, or do you want to keep going?
How far up? So now that we're like sort of now that we're on the top of the thing, how far along can we see like a tanker further up ahead? Can we see how many cars we've got to go through?
I'm going to say the actual tank. Well, there's basically sort of another 2 cars. You're assuming one of them is just where the crew sort of either probably just sort of hangs out when they're not actually working on the train, and the other it just like sort of a mobile canteen.
Okay, is the one where they hang out when they're not on the train, is that the one we're climbing on at the moment, or is that the next one over?
It's that. Well, I'm going to say because you succeeded, you just sort of you managed to climb those 2 towards the actual tankers themselves, which make up the last 2 cabins before the actual train engine room.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at. I think Frost to be best for this. Actually, I'm gonna say Frost.
Before that, I'm going to say complication.
Oh no.
Okay, so Spectre knows what he's doing. Cray got out the climbing equipment. Frost.
Standing watch, I think.
No.
What are we doing?
As you're climbing across, you slip, lose your footing. You're now hanging off the train by one hand.
Oh god.
How are you going to get out of this one?
That's a hell of a complication for a success.
Not letting you go. I think. Resisting is 6 minus the roll.
Yeah, resisting is 6 minus the roll. I can try and resist for you. That is something I can do.
Just to pull that cursor from here, I will make it clear you're not actually going to die here. But
You're
you
just
will.
hanging off the train, but we can get you back up.
Yeah, but if things go badly, you might get a bit injured, but you're not going to die here. Just to be clear.
Still, resisting this would probably be prowess, wouldn't it?
Cray, you have climbing gear in hand. Do something.
I mean, I'll sling a rope or something down to Frost.
Can I grab it?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to say I won't make you roll for that because it's basically a point of load being used.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or 2, I think. Climbing gear has 2 spots.
2 points.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, 2 points of load, in fact. So, that will make sense. So I'm going to say, Cray can just throw you down the climbing gear to help you back up again.
Oh, you be careful, mate. It's windy up here.
It is difficult. Frost, you were railjack once. You have knowledge of trains. Can you decouple these carriages so that the guards in them cannot interrupt
I worked
us?
more on the tracks than the trains, but I can have a look at it and give it a go.
Okay, so you're going to try and decouple the trains, Frost?
Yeah,
Let's get ahead of him first, though, right?
Good idea. Yes.
Definitely.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, so you're dropping down to the track after the sort of canteen carriage, a break room carriage.
Yeah, to try and decouple those and the caboose.
So the ones directly but after the tanker. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say you obviously you've resolved that role, so you drop that. You get down there with no problem. You look at it. It's clearly designed with the assumption someone at some point might actually try this very sort of tampering, and it looks like the coupling has some sort of locking mechanism on it.
So what we're looking at here may be described as a Gordian knot, then, considering who I'm playing.
So, what is going on down there, Frost?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and break out the my favorite tool. I'm gonna break out the old sledgehammer. It's been several sessions. Is it too late to retcon that the hammer is steampunk and folds up, like all nonsense because 'tis the setting?
No, that's acceptable.
Yeah, I think it explains a little bit of like how he's able to go around everywhere with sledgehammer on his back and nobody says anything about it. So yeah, he kind of hits a button on this weird toolbox-shaped lump of metal on his back, and things unfold, things telescope, things do all kinds of silly transformer nonsense. It takes a little under a second.
Yeah, like one of they. Yeah, like one of they.
With a decisive.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
And yeah, the whole process takes under a second and ends with a decisive click as a bunch of tiny, like, stabilizing rods lock into place just to make the whole thing solid enough to actually be used as a hammer. And I'm taking off the 2 load for a fine heavy weapon for that, and I'm just gonna smash the coupling of the train and see how that goes, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because of your background, you sort of have a good idea of how you could smash a train like this. So like, you know, where sort of like how it would have been sort of welded together and where the weak points are. What are you rolling for this?
I mean, it's gonna have to be wreck, I think.
Okay.
And I have 2 dots for that, so I think I'm gonna not go for another die.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's risky. Yeah, you know, for anyone else, I'd say limited effect, but I'd say you probably have a better idea of how to smash one of these locks. So, yeah, I'm gonna say risky standard.
Okay. And okay.
Yep, that's 5, so success without complication. So, you swing so you unfold your hammer, you swing it right where you know there'll be a sort of a weak joint where the whole thing was welded together, and the hammer connects. There's an almighty clang, and it cracks a bit. So you draw your hammer back, swing again, and plonk, off it comes.
Might have made a bit of noise though.
Yep. Oh, Spectre, Cray, where were you when this is happening? Have you
We jumped over to the next one, so we're not like getting separated.
Oh, good.
Thankfully, Cray thought of that because I hadn't.
But yep, as you're certain, the first strike made a massive noise. So, even as you're making the second strike, you can hear someone shouting, "Oh, what the blazes was that?"
I would like to resist that consequence.
Okay. How are you going to resist? Basically, this is everyone in the compartment heard what was going on. They're going to just sort of rush and try and do something about it. Obviously, they've already decoupled it, but they might achieve something. How are you going to resist that?
So in the fiction, I would like to fake a similar noise that just makes it sound like they've brushed against something on the way past, like a bit of jagged metal or something, by whacking the side of the train around the same time with something scratchy, maybe some bits from my my climbing gear or something that I just like whip against the side as the hit comes down to just like a sound mask, basically.
And aren't they going to notice that the train's been decoupled anyway?
Well, I'm also using my special ability, which is I can expend my special armor to resist consequence from detection.
Okay.
But I am Shadow. But that means I can no longer push myself for a feat of athletics that verges on the superhuman. Oh no, I still can. I've got that separately. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's stress, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's yeah. It's basically a free stress or free pushing yourself, I think. Yeah, that's perfectly fine because you only really need to distract them for a second so they can't do anything.
Yeah, just so they can't get to us before the train separates. After that, I don't care. We'll be long gone.
So, yep, you do that. I'm going to say you probably have to do it from the other side of the train just to put them at ease before you run.
That's fair.
And make a jump. Yeah, you just sort of run, make a leap. It all looks very cinematic. In fact, you probably do a slow motion somersault or something.
Marvel 3-point landing on the.
You jump and Cray puts out his hand and grabs your arm and pulls you over.
Thank you, Cray.
So, you've just got the engine, the 2 tanker compartments, and a couple of very angry-looking faces glaring at you from the window of the other carriage as it rolls away at top speed. What do you like to do?
Guys, I think we got to be quick now.
Agreed. Let us move to siphon point and do siphoning. I am no engineer.
Goes back on the back and transforms back into a lump of metal. A very complicated looking lump of metal.
Stylish.
I'm gonna go up to the engine, and get ready to get the guy to slow down the train, and so we can all get off after you've got some the oil, right?
That sounds good.
Okay, so Cray, you're going to try and convince the driver to stop the train somehow. What are Spectre and Frost going to be doing then?
Trying to drain the tank, I guess.
Hey. Does Ray's actually...
You can look at it, I suppose.
I mean, there is a bit of a ghost elephant haunting the room here. What are you going to drain it into?
Have a lantern. That's not going to hold much.
I was wondering that a little bit.
Yeah. Are there any barrels around or anything like that?
You know what? Make me a fortune roll.
Fortune roll. Okay. I will use hunt. I think makes sense for that.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, I genuinely think Roll20's broken at this point for me.
We just throw a bunch of barrels and throw them off the train before we jump off. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay, for a 4, I'm gonna say yes. You did see plenty of barrels. They're all in the storage compartments.
No.
We have made slight error.
Flashback. Let's flashback. We can do that.
I was waiting for that.
I forgot. Every time I forget we can use this whole mechanic the game is based on. Let's flashback and what do we want to... So the 2 options in my head are we flashback and we agree with our cult adepts to be waiting in a certain place for us to bring the train so that we can drain it quickly and then just disappear with leaving the train behind where it is. That might work.
We're gonna have to steal it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's do that. That sounds more reasonable.
So I'll go to the engine and convince the driver to take it to a different route to stop at this place.
Before you do that, I'm going to say that flashback will cost 2 stress, and I'm going to need you to roll for it because it's obviously a bit of a thing to set up. So what would you like to roll for that?
Can I roll the crew?
Just a fortune check for the crew.
There's a button to roll crew, and I can't remember what it does.
Oh yeah, that's basically tier rate. That's basically that will use the crew's tier rating, which is 1. But if you prefer, you could use command or something to order them around instead.
Yeah, this is for rolling the cohorts, right?
Yeah. I will use their tier rating because I have nothing in command.
Okay. Yep, that's going to be well, roll their tier rating, and we'll see how they do.
Oh, come on. Let's get higher than a 4. Come on.
It would be very funny if I did this in secret.
Oh, no.
Ooh, yeah, I'm
This
gonna
is
say.
not going well.
Okay, so I'm going to say they're going to make an attempt at it, but we'll deal with that later.
They've turned up with like buckets or something, and that's it.
Since the brand has
They've not
changed, I
pulled
think
this
it will
through.
be- Sorry.
In the meantime, Cray, you're headed to the engine room.
I'm gonna go with Cray.
Yep.
Since the plan's changed.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Cray and Frost. So there's no one in the sort of tanker areas. Like, I think you probably got quite lucky here. The guards had all decided to just stop for a quick cup of tea. Well, maybe they just sort of been looking for their friend, well, their colleague, who obviously was the only one who heard the crash in the storage room.
And is half a mile away now.
But yep, either way, it's deserted. So, the door stands before you. Are you just going to walk straight in? You're going to try and kick the door down, or do you want to enter stealthily?
I'm gonna try the door normally, I think.
Yep. So you try the door. It's not really locked because there's no real reason to lock it. Actually, no. I'm going to say this is meant to be a secure train, so it's probably locked from the inside by default, unless someone with authorization opens it to walk through. So I'm going to say it is locked.
Well,
I have
I'll
a heavy
knock
lockpick if you don't have any regular ones.
Well, I was just gonna knock.
Oh, yep. You can knock.
If you want.
Wait, open the door. We need in.
Hey, so you're going to try and convince the person inside to open the door for you, or
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to roll something for this, or shall we just make it a fortune roll?
I'll roll sway.
Okay. Do you want to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
Ooh. What would the devil's bargain be?
The devil's bargain would be... if you succeed on this roll, it'll actually be someone from your past you'd rather not see.
Ooh. That's quite tempting. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that because it sounds fun.
Okay, make your roll with one extra dice.
Come on, 6.
Wow. I'm surprised you actually wanted a devil's bargain here, but well, like you said, maybe it's fun.
Dang.
Okay, so you knock on the door. There's a pause for a second, and then you hear a clomp, 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 clomp. You hear the sound of a locking mechanism being disengaged. And finally, the knob of the door turns. It's pulled open, and you see a young, you see a young gentleman with a fine penciled moustache, slicks back hair. His name is actually Theodore, you know, but you knew him as when you worked together, he went by Sawtooth, a back alley physiker. What he's doing driving it? Yeah, what he's doing driving a train to anyone's guess.
doing this to me.
Interesting. I rather thought you were dead, old bean.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Hi. Well, that's awkward. Hi. Yeah, you got to stop the train, mate.
He looks at you, pauses, and draws a gun.
You managed to time that line with the music just stopping, like it was doing some really tense, you know, that sort of horror movie strings thing where it's going, and the moment you said draw a gun, that music stopped. That was amazing.
Yeah, sorry.
The
Now
music respects it.
Def- I definitely should have punched him in the face as soon as the door opened. That was my instinct, but I wanted to let Cray take the lead.
Yeah.
maybe not the idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the music just respects my dramatis, which is an actual word. Don't check. Yep, Cray's old friend Sawtooth, aka Theodore, aka Sawtooth. It's a long story. Former back alley physiker, failed doctor, and owner of a very fine-looking firearm that's currently pointed at Cray's face.
I punch him in the face.
Okay, what are you rolling for that?
Skirmish.
Okay, I'm gonna call that a desperate action because you're trying to punch someone who's got a loaded gun pointed at your friend's face. But I'm going to say standard effect.
Please don't fail.
If you fail, Cray just fucking dies.
Would I do that?
What's the stress I have again?
I would do that.
Do I want to know what a devil's bargain would be?
Oh, no.
There wouldn't be a good one, would there?
Devil's bargain. Devil's bargain. If you succeed, there's going to be a ricocheting bullet, and there'll be a ricocheting bullet, and it could hit anyone.
Somehow Spectre out in the
Or
carriage. Like, da. My arm!
Okay, I'm gonna go with the two stress.
Okay.
To push myself.
Yep. Mark down your stress and roll.
Standard. And
Oh, and don't think.
I hit the button. When does it do it? Crit.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's
2 6s. That is a
good
crit.
idea. Do I?
Oh yeah. Don't forget you can mark down a point of experience because you rolled a desperate roll.
For
Yeah.
pros.
Yep, prowess. That's right, because you're rolling skirmish. Yep, just 1 free point of XP. But yep, you've got a crit. You know what? Describe how this incredibly successful attempt to punch the guy who's holding a gun in your friend's face goes.
Miraculously, he loses grip on the gun, which gets tossed up in the air, and I grab the gun out of the air, and he stumbles back with a bloody nose, and suddenly he's a few steps back into the cabin, and I'm pointing the gun at him. And
I love it.
We're taking over this train.
Wait. Hold up, Frost. We don't know how to drive a train. Apparently he does. Teddy, what? You know how to drive a train? What are you doing here? Wait a minute. Are you stealing the train?
No, I've been hired as its driver, as a matter of fact. I went to medical school. This isn't complicated.
What? All right. Yeah, do as he says, though, right?
Oh yeah. Frost. At basically note down, you've got access to a fine pistol.
I have 2 of them now.
Nice.
I got one from Cray.
Yeah, you're just accumulating them.
One for each hand. Full alias mode.
Oh no. That was great.
Oh. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say. When you point the gun at him, he basically drops all his weapons. Basically that was obviously his. Yeah, basically that was his sidearm that he could draw quickly. But he drops let's say, a fine rifle. Add that to your arsenal instead.
Ooh. What happened to the ricochet, by the way?
I didn't take it.
Yeah.
I pushed myself instead.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. Whew. I was still here, like, clenching, waiting for the gunshot.
Yeah. For the record, I was going to have that ricochet and hit the controls of the train and just have everything accelerate super speed.
Yeah, I've been worried about that.
I was worried that Spectre was about to get it in the arm somehow.
That would be very funny, but no. My attempts to destroy Spectre's hands are being ported for now.
That one poor arm. Oh yeah, I've got the sun burn into my hand. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, Teddy. Teddy looks Cray up and down. I think a better question would be, what are you doing here? Old bean.
we need the oil. So yeah, we need you to take us a little bit off course, stop the train. We'll get rid of some of the oil, and then you can carry on as if nothing ever happened, right? Sounds good.
Well, why would... Then he remembers that Frost is pointing a gun at him.
Yeah.
See, this is why we haven't spoken in all this time.
To
Cray.
be fair, I didn't know it was you driving the train, so...
Well, to be fair, you know what you did.
I mean, it could have been either of us that took that bullet. Like, yeah, I'm
It should
sorry.
have been you.
I don't do that stuff no more. Well, not really.
Sorry doesn't bring friends back to life, and you know it.
Yeah, well, I mean, regardless of the fact, we need to get this oil off this train, and you need to help us because Frost here, itchy trigger finger, you know.
You're very punchable face, and it's looking very shootable now too.
Yes.
Okay, tell you what. I won't make you roll for this, but give me a fortune roll just to determine if he, how much of a grudge he carries.
Let's make this a sway, I guess.
Okay, roll away.
Oh Jesus!
Roll away.
Wow, that's bad.
Ooh.
Yeah, he is absolutely holding a grudge here. I mean, he already had a grudge, but now it's just like, ooh, he is out for your blood. But since you have a gun, since Frost has a gun pointed at him, he's going to do as you ask. So where is your rendezvous point?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon, gents?
Yeah, the lose will do. Sorry.
I guess perhaps just like a side. I'm not good at rail terminology, but a little side bit of rail where trains have to stop for when they're passing or something like that.
Yeah, just a station in the middle of nowhere.
Maybe it could be like a repair depot or something like that.
Okay. Yep. You hold him you've got Teddy held at gunpoint. You are sort of
our
roll.
differences later. That's just between you and me. All right, we'll take that out of here.
You aren't the only one who's still in the game. You're as good as dead.
Well, that's been said before.
And he's just glaring at you the entire time. It seems that, true to his word, he is actually quite good at operating this train because he doesn't even need to look at the controls.
Wow.
In any case, you pull into the repair depot, which is, as predicted, deserted. And there are your acolytes.
They turned up. Excellent. Quickly, get what did you bring? What did you bring for siphoning the Leviathan blood?
Okay, so they brought a cart. Inside the cart is actually a proper tanker for this sort of thing. This will securely hold the Leviathan blood.
Ah, you have done well. Let us get it hooked up. You brought hose, yes?
Yeah. Boney M says, aye, yep. Right. If we just connect it up, we can have it filled very quickly. Someone just make me a fortune roll just to determine the demeanor of what's going on here.
Ooh.
Anyone can do it.
Is anyone good at talking to people?
I'll roll a command for it.
Okay, yep, just make a fortune roll. Well, that's a sway, but doesn't make too much difference.
Oh, I've not rolled anything yet.
Yep, okay, so no problems here. Everything's fine. Let's load up some oil.
Cray got a 6.
Wait, did he? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Command
Oh, yeah,
hadn't gone
yeah,
in
I was
yet.
Sway seemed to reload for some reason from before.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay. In
yeah,
that
well,
case,
game kind of slow for me.
yep. So as you're looking at Boney M, you realise she's actually making a hand signal, which is your basically your cult symbol for I am under duress right now.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
So, would you like to continue loading up the oil, or would you like to do something else? Keeping in mind, of course, not loading up the oil might give away that you've spotted something's amiss.
Shit. Can I try and sneakily load up my ghost blade with a little bit of the oil?
Yep, I'll let you do that for free because, well, you basically got the fueling equipment, so you can just sort of, we'll just assume it's some sort of universal clicky thing that you can just go before you even start.
Okay. I imagine it's like filling up like a fountain pen with an ink reservoir. So you put the tip of the blade in, and then you just pull a back bit. There's a plunger that just sucks up a little bit into a reservoir.
Well, all the fountain pens I've used are cartridge based, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you can get cartridges that are like plunger things. They're pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I know there are refillable cartridges. I just never owned them. To be fair, that was
you with the plan, because either way we need to get off this train and do something. And now that we know that there's something going on beyond that, we can deal with that after we're off the train and away from this Teddy.
Okay. Yep. So you
One question quickly: do we suspect that the cult are? So the question I'm trying to work out is: do we suspect that Boney M is and the adepts are being pressured by an outside thing, or if the adepts are not our adepts?
I'm gonna say you know these adepts' faces, so you know they are actually members of your cult.
Okay, so the problem is likely to be outside of this, unless they've been infiltrated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Bound in Darkness, take 1 stress, and communicate a whispered message to every cultist.
Finally, we get to use it.
What's the message?
Oh shit, they can't reply. Okay. Well, they could use the ability, I'm sure, and take 1 stress. But I'm gonna say, we know there is problem here. Follow our lead. And do not act suspiciously, but we will rescue from this. If you can tell us what is wrong, tell us.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, as you say this, one of the cultists sort of brushes against you with the sort of pretense of helping, correcting you on how to connect up the hose, and she doesn't say anything, but she very subtly sort of shifts her eyes to the rafters of the roof before carrying on.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try and like brush past Cray and Frost and sort of transfer that information as we're sort of walking past, as we're doing busy work, and relay that info.
I'm not gonna make you
By
roll
any
for
chance
that.
he wants to grab that fine rifle that Frost set aside, he can.
I'm not a very good hunter. I mean, I've got 2 points in hunt. I could give it a go, but if anyone else is a better shot, like I imagine we'd all know who's the best shot. Like we've probably got an area we go.
Good.
Well, yeah, all right, okay. I'll pick up the rifle as I'm going about my business, but I imagine that's going to be a difficult thing to hide.
Yeah, I think I will have to make you roll for that if you want to pick up the rifle.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll try, and make it look subtle.
I'm guessing finesse on this one. For sleight of hand and subtle misdirection.
Yep, finesse, and I'm gonna say this is a desperate roll because, really, and
I mean, fair. Desperate roll.
I'm gonna say Will I make it limited? No, I'll make it standard standard effect.
Look, you know you have to
Okay.
roll a
Standard.
4 anyway, so.
Is anyone able to help me? Because I can't spend any stress.
I don't
But you
know
can
how
assist to
I'd be able
spend
to.
1 stress. You could cause a diversion, maybe? Fall over or something?
All right, I'm going to get back into the train cabin and pull a horn.
That'll do it. Yep. Take that point of stress, and Spectre, you're rolling with an extra dice.
Okay, that makes it 2 dice. So let's get a 4 again. A 5!
Okay. Okay. The distraction allows you to pick up the rifle and sling it to your back as if it was always, and just sort of act casual. The noise seems to have. In fact, I'm going to say you see, just in the corner of your eye, you see someone moving on the roof. Ooh. There does need to be a consequence, doesn't there?
Mm-hmm.
See a laser sight move over to a train.
What to do here? You know, I'm gonna say because you succeeded, you can get into position. But just as this all happened, you finish the fueling. It's the hose is put back. Theodore activates the restarts the train engine and goes back to his scheduled delivery. Just wondering about how he's going to explain this. But yeah, he's glad to see the back of you. And at that point, I'm going to say, because you succeeded on your attempt to heft the rifle, you know what's about to happen, so I'm going to let you get into position. But what happens is, half a dozen gang members just rappel down from the ceiling. You recognize the face of the gang member who was not too happy about you rescuing his boss earlier. And right, you obviously you couldn't identify them before, but it's very obvious now because they're wearing their colors. These are red sashes.
Those bastards.
Yep, as they land on the ground, looking very cool and casual. They all, in perfect sync, their off hands go into a buckler, their other hand grabs the hilt of their sword, and they draw them in unison. And they all step into their preferred combat stance. Now, some of them have them sort of casually hefted over their shoulder. Some have the buckler first, some have the sword first, but they're all ready to fight. You can, because you passed the previous roll, you can, everyone can get into position, but what do?
I am going to fire the fine rifle.
Okay, you're going to shoot to kill or shoot to wound?
Shoot to wound.
Okay, and you aiming for just the one, or you're going to try and shoot them all?
I'm gonna try and shoot as many as I can get, as I can take down, like as quickly as I can. I assume this isn't like a lever action rifle that I've got to like reload it, put powder in, and all that.
Yeah,
so-
it's a fine rifle. So, oh yeah, that does increase your effects, doesn't it? Right. What tier are the red sashes?
Is it a revolver rifle? Like from Fallout 4 or something?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yep, you know, it's like a Borderlands style revolver rifle. So there's like 3 revolver. There's a chamber, but it's only got like 3 rounds in it. So
3.
you'll have to reload if you get. Yeah. So if you want to shoot all 6 of them, you're going to have to reload halfway.
Okay.
In fact,
I'd
you know what?
like to offer an assist on this.
Okay.
And I will play a very sharp, shrill noise on my violin to like try and throw everyone off and like grab their ears in pain.
Knock them off for timing so they fall over instead of landing.
I love it. Oh yeah, so the red sachets are a tier 2 faction, which
Okay.
means they're only a tier above yours, and because you're using a fine rifle, that actually puts you on equal footing.
Nice.
But obviously you're going to try and shoot as many of them as possible. So I'm going to say this is risky, limited effects.
Risky limited. Okay, that sounds good. Can I convert it to desperate standard?
Yes, you can. Do you want to push yourself? Oh, wait, you're being assisted, aren't you?
I'm being assisted, yeah.
Yep. Cray, take that point of stress. Spectre, give me your roll. Oh, yeah. What are you rolling for this?
This is Hunt.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, come on. I need something more than a 4. Come on. A 5!
Ooh, okay.
0 6s
Yep.
this entire session.
It's not over yet, Nick.
Okay. So, Spectre, you have the gun. You just swing it round. You just take aim, and it's like blam, blam, blam. And 3 of them just sort of, obviously you've gone for their kneecaps or their arm, and there's like, and they just hit the dirt screaming. I'm gonna say, obviously you just went straight for it, and the shock of suddenly seeing their friends taken down causes the other half of the gang to just rush over and help them instead of trying to rush you while you're reloading, and that gives you the split second you need to get the old shells out and lock some fresh shells in.
Quick.
I'm gonna say you managed to blast down the other 2, and last of all is obviously the instigator of this, who was a bit miffed at you earlier, and it seems might have been following you around for revenge, and just sort of thought heisting your heist was the perfect ploy. And I'm gonna say, just as you get the last round just locks into place, you turn to face him, but he's actually closed the distance, and he's got a sword around the throat of Boney M.
Oh no.
Drop it.
I drop it.
Okay, so he looks at his ollies. So obviously you've blasted out the kneecaps of at least 2 of them, so they're completely out of the fight. One of them just took a sort of a glancing blow to his arm, and he's just sort of had to basically drop his buckler, and he's holding his sword in his offhand. That's 3 of them. What would the other 2 be doing? Of the other 2, one's just legged it, and the others, walking with quite a slight limp from being shot in the kneecap. I mean, well, maybe like the shin or something, so their knee's still sort of working. And the last one is just seems to have, you can't quite see where you shot them, but they've basically dropped their weapons and they're trying to stabilize their friends. But they might still be able to put up a fight. Your acolytes are basically non-combatants, so they're not really going to be too much help here. So he glares at you, the 3 of you, and says, "Right, here's how it's going to go. You're going to patch my guys up, and we're going to take this. You're going to help us take this. We're going to keep it, and we're even. I'll even forget what you just did. How does that sound?"
I never
During
leave
this-
a job unfinished.
Well then, maybe I don't. And he's just sort of pulling back the sword, making it very clear he's threatening to cut Boney M's throat.
I think during this, after doing the very shrill note on the violin, Cray has continued to play, and he's gone into a very kind of suspenseful, unsettling melody that is probably going to be quite confusing to our assailants. And I'm trying to instill fear about what is going on here. Like, you probably don't want to actually be doing this. You do anything to our friend, and terrible things are going to happen to you. You remember last time with the ghost in that alley? We got some more of those behind us.
Okay, cut that music out. Would you like to roll for this?
I am going for, I think, sway.
Okay, would you like to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
I've not got much stress left, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay, I'm gonna call this risky standard. Roll away.
Can
Actually,
I?
no, I'm gonna call it desperate standard because he's got a sword to Boniem's throat.
All right.
Like the
Okay.
thing you're trying to prevent is
Yeah.
very imminent.
Okay. Desperate. Standard. Come on. Oof, there's a 4.
Just. And you just sort of see him start to falter. Red Sashes are known for their bravado, but I mean, he has literally just seen 5 of his friends shot down in a fraction of a second.
What we can do.
We'll remember this. I'm going to say your consequence of that is basically you're going to take -1 for your relations with the
Red
That makes
sashes,
sense.
eh?
Yeah.
Red Sashes. So they all clear off. There's a bit of a patch of blood. Nasty, nasty. But you have the area to yourselves again.
Let's get out of here. Jeez.
Nah.
Boniem turns. Boniem turns to you, Cray, and says, "Oh, thank you for that, young man."
Oh, yeah. Good job, you lot. Let's clear out.
Gives him a dry, wrinkly kiss on the forehead.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, no. I should stop
Yeah.
talking.
Right. Okay, so how are you getting this tank full of ill-gotten fuel back home?
you said they had a cart, right?
Yeah, we're
Yep,
gonna.
it's in. Well, it's in the car. The car can't. To borrow something I said before, teleport.
We've got adepts. They can pull it, right? Can we
Yeah.
get it near the water and take our boat? Have we still got a boat?
Yep, you still got a
Yeah,
boat.
hello.
Oh god, the peddler.
Yeah, you do actually have a boat.
Yeah, the one from Alias's insurance payout.
Yeah.
Actually,
I mean,
do we have
yep.
2 boats, or did we? Is that just the same one that we used to escape from the ship?
The Pedalo was something Cray had organised.
Yeah,
That's a leisure vehicle.
I thought Bark said something about. Oh, maybe that was a one-time thing.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that was and that was Bark bribing someone from the last port you'd left to
Yeah, that was
sort of trail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was someone else with a boat helping you out.
Mhm.
But your actual boat's been at the headquarters the entire time. In fact, it's still brand new. In fact, there's still paper wrapped around some of the seats.
and Spectre will be insisting that the wrapping around the seats does not come off in case you get the seats dirty. He's like when any dad buys something new.
Get your
Oh,
feet
no.
off those seats.
Okay. So, yep, you're going to use the boat. So you're just going to sort of, what do you want to roll, or what do you want to roll just to get it to the boat and sneak it along the canals back to your base then?
We can try prowl. I will not be leading a group action on this one.
Just as well, because I would definitely give you more stress with it.
Yeah, I'm at the trauma point right now. So I if I have one more, I'm gonna trauma out. So
I could try rolling a command to get the adepts to do it.
how much stress have you got left?
I've got 3 stress left.
Reese, you
I've
could
got
lead a
2
group action.
I have no prowl, and I
You don't
think-
need to. It takes the highest number. It doesn't take your number.
Yeah, but if we all fail,
I'm not gonna fail. I have three pips in it. I'll be rolling free dice.
all
You'll be
right,
fine.
Nick. Okay.
He says.
You just might take a lot of stress.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it then. I'll lead the prowl.
This is how I kill Cray.
Oh, this is going to be so juicy.
I've been assigned as an
Just
assassin.
if I don't roll in part of this group action, can I just not do that?
I think because we're all partaking, Like,
Yeah.
No, you can
but
choose
the
not to
only
for a
thing I'm
group
going to
action.
contribute is more stress because I have disadvantage. I'm at zero
same.
pips.
If you'd allowed just Nick to roll it, then Nick could do the whole brow, and the rest of us could just bug it off.
You
Yeah.
just leave it with me.
Yep. I mean, obviously, none of you could help with. Yeah, I'm gonna say if just one of you rolls proud to try and direct the acolytes, that's perfectly fine. You don't all need to do a group action for it.
Oh,
We
I'll give it
actually
a
gain
go.
basically nothing from a group action with like two 0-pip rolls and 1 3-pip roll. Like, it might as well just be a normal roll from Spectre.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Spectre, I'm going to call this risky standard.
Okay.
Do you want a devil's bargain? I assume you're not pushing yourself.
I won't take a devil's bargain on this. I think if anyone wants to assist me, they can, but that's it. That's all I'll go for.
Yeah, I'd provide an assist. Just helping direct the
Yeah, maybe you can handle the
acolytes,
command
yeah,
side of things.
keep
like-
the adepts in line.
Yeah, I'm giving like really cryptic orders because I'm just like I'm getting like heavy jargon heavy, almost in like thieves can, and you're translating it so the adepts can understand. All right.
Okay.
Follow me.
Mark off the stress
Follow.
and let's see that roll.
Oh,
Oh,
finally a
Yep.
6.
bloody
Yep.
lucky we did do the extra.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And with the bonus dice, no less.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. That's a success without any complications. So much to my chagrin, you just direct the acolytes. They're able to quietly roll it, following your instructions. They know how to make the wheels, how to stop the wheels making any noise.
The wheels on the go round and round.
Yeah, traditional songs help with the process.
The pedals on the boat go round and round.
Yeah, you know exactly when to start and stop to avoid drawing the attention of any blue coats that happen to be patrolling, and you get it to your boat. Now, your boat's fairly well designed, so you're able to just put it in the hold, and it just looks like a normal civilian boat as you sail it back through the canals back to your home base. And I guess mission completed.
Oh my god, that
But
was quick.
there is one question left. So you've got your haul of oil. Are you keeping all of it, or do you want to sell some of it?
I think we should probably sell some of it. It's pretty explosive, right? On the other
Pretty
hand,
explosive,
actually,
yes.
we like the coin in our crew is full at the moment.
I mean, you don't have to store the coin in your crew. You can all fill your own coffers.
Yeah, I've got no coin at all at the moment, so I'd
I
be
mean-
happy to sell some.
Yeah,
I've got
I mean-
one coin and 4 stash, and I keep forgetting how in the blazes that interacts with itself.
You have, I mean, geez, Spectre, you did the job. You need to get paid for it, right?
Yes, we must get paid.
It is an important part of the obligation.
Right. So remember, you can flash back if you want to sort of retcon in a buyer, or you can maybe do a roll to find a buyer, or we could leave it up to a fortune roll, I guess. But I just insist on using the gang's tier, the contacts for that.
Maybe Kale knows somebody.
I have a noble who might want to buy some, and it might smooth things over with them if I present a lucrative opportunity.
Maybe we could sell it to Wester.
Sells an oil back to him. I love it.
That would be bold.
Definitely
I love it.
won't put 2 and 2 together.
That's almost
Yeah,
a
if you want to
heist in
roll-
its own right.
I mean, if you want to roll for that, I'd allow it, but
I mean, maybe at some point we could do a future social heist to find a buyer for all our Leviathan oil.
I mean, I'm
Good.
saying you can just literally just sell it now if you prefer.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I'm letting the people who are better at talking than 0 points in Resolve Spectre handle this one.
The person who is better at talking.
Let's sell at least some of it.
Okay. I'm gonna say you have 12 coin worth. You know what? Someone start a 12 park clock, and we'll say that's how much oil you've got. And we'll say each slice is worth 1 coin. And if you want to try and sell some of it, I'll let you do a roll now.
Should we sell half and then it's 2 coin each?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah,
Sounds
that's good. What would you like to roll to try and find a buyer then?
I guess consort is the most appropriate thing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Just sort of consort, ask around, see if someone's interested. Try not to draw any heat.
That the noble Nick mentioned, like it sounds like could be useful to us to gain favor with them. Is that the Shaw family? That the ones that
Rosalind
put the bounty on us?
Kellis
Oh, that.
is just a noble from my shady friends section. And hates me.
I could.
I mean,
also. Oh, I could do that with my share, I guess.
you'd have thought it. The noble hates the assassin who keeps showing up in her bedroom to threaten her children.
Right, so this is just a fortune roll, is it?
If you want to do a fortune roll, I'm gonna say you'll have to do it with the gang's tier.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do it this way, you can either roll now or you can use a flashback to set up a buyer in advance.
Yeah, I'll just do a consult roll then.
Okay. Yep, roll away.
Oh no, it's 2.
Yeah, I'm no longer in stealth. I
Yeah.
can take the hood off.
Okay, I think as a consequence, you're going to find a buyer, but it ends up being a bad deal.
I'm stuck. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah.
I've zipped myself into
Yeah.
This
So-
is
There
the
we go.
consequence. Nick
I'm
gets stuck.
I had trouble taking clothes off. And by clothes, I mean just my hood.
Poor Becca.
I mean, fair.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say consequence, you managed to sell the half of the oil you're selling, but you got a terrible price for it. So that's only gonna be 4 coin total.
4 coin total.
Better than nothing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Should we take 1 coin each and put the other one in? Oh, we can't put it in crew. We'll take 1 coin each and 1 extra to Cray for doing the selling. Little bit on the side to pocket.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable if Cray's okay with that.
Absolutely. I had no coin. Now I have 2.
Yep, lovely. Okay, do you want to do XP and stuff, or would you rather do that off screen?
Let's do that off the screen. I'll end this here, and then we can natter about downtime and suches. And I'll say goodnight to everyone. That was a fantastic game, Bree. Thank you for running that as well. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to put a shout out in for you.
Just one thing before we finish. We're just before the end credits roll, we're just going to sort of fade to a smoky room. In it is basically the member of the Red Sashes, who you had last saw limping away with his injured friends. Whoever stood there is wearing a nice coat, but their faces in shadows.
Oh no.
And yep, he hands over a sheet of paper, receives a bag of gold, and on the paper is the word what's the noble's name again?
Wester.
Yeah, is the name Wester, the name Theodore.
Sawtooth.
Yeah, well, Sawtooth's not his real name, but Theodore Toothsaw. Toothsaw. Very unimaginative nickname. Theodore Toothsaw.
He used to be a
And
dentist.
below. He did fail his medical degree quite badly. And yeah, written in large letters, underlined, Order of the Orb, potential allies against, and the last thing we see before, credit, and we just sort of pan on a small smirk on this figure's face. Fade to credits.